Alright, how's it going everyone? So if you didn't watch my video about the Bohr diagrams from the other day, I talked about this as my personal periodic table that I've had since I was in high school. So I've had it for about 15 years now. But I've held on to it because I find that it's really useful when it comes to stuff like valence electrons and Bohr diagrams and stuff like that. So what I talked about in that video was how at the top it says group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4, and so on, all the way up to group 18 here at the top. But it's also numbered as 1A, 2A, and then there's a bunch of B's here in the middle, and then 3A through to 8A. And that's the that's how we're going to be talking about the groups, which is really going to help with making Lewis dot diagrams. So I'm just going to take this off. So I took off my periodic table and I just wrote out a few of the different groups here. And what I'm going to do is I am going to number them as 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A, 5A, 6A, 7A, and 8A. Now those numbers there, those are actually going to tell us how many valence electrons each of these elements has. So if you remember back to the video about the periodic table, like for this group, for example, was group 17, but it has 7 valence electrons. Same with this one here is group 16. It has 6 valence electrons. This one was 15, 14, and 13, and they have 5, 4, and 3 valence electrons. And then we had group 1 and group 2, which worked out really nicely. They had 1 and 2 valence electrons specifically. So I'm just going to do a few examples to show you what the Lewis dot diagrams for some of these elements look like. So I'm going to start with sodium, which is Na. And here is sodium in the periodic table. It's in group 1, so it has 1 valence electron. So we just draw a dot like that, and that's it. If we take another example, say chlorine. Chlorine is in group 7A or in group 17 also in the periodic table. So we write Cl with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 valence electrons. Again, because it's in group 7A. Let's take, how about oxygen, for example? Oxygen is in group 6A. So we just put the symbol, which is O, with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 valence electrons. Let's do one more. How about, let's go with krypton, just like Superman. So krypton, the symbol is Kr, and it's in group 18, which we're going to call 8A, which means that it has 8 valence electrons. So those are just a few examples there. If you have any additional questions at all, feel free to send an email or send a message. But until next time, have a good one. See ya.